I love New Orleans jazz, don't you? There's just something special about it. Recently I was down in Louisiana visiting an old Army buddy of mine. This has been probably over a year ago, but it just seems like yesterday when I was down there and had a chance to enjoy that live music down on Bourbon Street, and had a chance to walk around New Orleans a little bit, meet the people. That is some special stuff down there. You know what I mean? It's just unmatched by anything else that I've ever experienced. It's a special place. And if you're from New Orleans, woohoo! You got some stuff going on down there. So this obviously is a Singer 201-2, the Rolls-Royce of Singer sewing machines. There's nothing like it. It's just a very, very special machine, and this one I have prepared painstakingly to get ready to go to Diane. And I normally don't share a last name, but this lady has some connections. She lives out in California, and let's just say that her last name is Hanks, and she might have relative relations with a fella by the name of Tom. So this machine is going to go and be out there and be very prominent in the California culture, and maybe even be touched by some people that we've all seen on the big screen. So I'm going to zip down to the needle on this beautiful 201-2, and if you've already seen me post it, some details on it, you already know when this machine was made. Do you remember? I shared it with you. This machine was made, well, you know what? I'm going to make you work a little bit. The serial number on this machine, and you don't have to post it during this premiere, but if you do, I'm going to do something extra special for you. The serial number on this machine is A as in Alpha, M as in Mike, 600561. AM 600561. If you can't post it during the premiere in the chat, then just post it underneath this video on Facebook. Don't post it on YouTube. I'm not likely to see it. I don't check those messages as often as I used to because I've just got so much going on, and I apologize for that. But the reality is, if you want your messages to be seen quickly, post them on Facebook. And in this instance, post it in conjunction with this sew-off video for Diane Hanks, Singer 201-2. And I've got a little correction to make here. I just gave you the wrong serial number. And if you're already looking it up, you're saying, whoa, wait a second. That's not the serial number for a Singer 201-2. That is the serial number for the 15125 that you did the recent video on, the one that arrived all busted up and that I restored. So I apologize. I grabbed the wrong piece of paper. So the serial number for this machine is A as in Alpha, the same, really similar. That's why I grabbed the wrong one. H as in Hotel, 954230. So A as in Alpha, H as in Hotel, 954230. I want to know the year, the month, and the day, or the month, the day, and the year, however you want to write it out. But post it on Facebook underneath the post for this video, and I'll send you something special if you're the first one to get it right. So what we're going to do is a variety of different sew-offs on this 201-2. When I started to go through this machine, it needed a number of attentions. And one of them that made this restoration just a little bit longer is I got through all the mechanical, all of the electrical, and most of the aesthetics on the machine. And when I looked at the final product, knowing that Diane was really, as she put it, I've always wanted to own a Rolls-Royce. And since I can't afford to buy one of those, I want to get the next best thing. the Rolls-Royce of Singer sewing machines from Scott. So when I looked at the final product, had everything done. This is like over a week and a half to 2 weeks ago. I looked at the finish on it even after I went through my special debrising and waxing, and I just didn't like the look on how the machine presented. It didn't look Rolls-Royce-y enough. So I took extra time to do additional conditioning on the paint, and then I did a final clear coat composition on the paint to give it a nice hard bright shiny finish and just really make it pop. And if you saw the opening video to this as we were enjoying that New Orleans jazz, you saw that that goal was accomplished. And now not only can it sew like a Rolls-Royce, but now it can also look like a Rolls-Royce as well. And since again it's going to be in some prominent circles out in California, potentially with some big screen type people looking at it or touching it, or who knows, maybe like John Lennon and maybe like The Rock actually sewing on it. I don't know. So I needed to be prepared. I wanted this thing to stand tall and look good, and it ought to be in Hollywood. So that's what we're going to do with it. But right now, I'm going to show you from the sewing standpoint, because something can look good and it can't sew at all. But I'm telling you one thing, I did some pre-sew offs in this machine, and this machine loves to sew heavy duty. All right, so follow me down to the needle. I'm going to get just a little bit closer, and we're going to see what this Rolls-Royce of Singer sewing machines going out to Diane Hanks. Let's see what it can do with some heavy duty sewing. And you know what? Since I'm not going to be doing a lot of talking, I'm going to put on a little bit more New Orleans style jazz that we can enjoy while I'm doing my thing. All right, first thing we're going to do, U.S. Army grade canvas. You know it. All right, so we're starting with 2 layers. I'm going to go ahead and give it a fold. We're up to 4. I'm going to fold it in half. We're all the way up to 8 layers of U.S. Army grade canvas. Here we go. And yes, you noticed my mascot in the back. If you got a clever name for him, you send it to me. And if I like it, I'm going to send you something special. All right, let's get moving, buddy. You got to encourage us here. You can't even see him. Let's get a little bit closer here. There he is. Woo! All right, here we go. 8 layers, U.S. Army grade canvas. Woo! Any question as to why I call this the Rolls-Royce of Singers? Any question at all? Look at those stitches. Oh my goodness gracious. Woo! Absolutely gorgeous. And that lock stitch is looking just as gorgeous as well. I mean, and look at it again. 8 layers of U.S. Army grade canvas. That is no easy task. All right, let's keep on rolling here. I cut this in the intro. Come on, buddy. Get back into it. There we go. All right, I'm going to do a single layer of genuine cowhide just to warm this machine up a little bit. All right, here we go. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is really looking good. Single layer of genuine cowhide. Not even a challenge for this Rolls-Royce of Singers. All right, let's step it up a little bit, shall we? How does 3 layers of this genuine cowhide sound to you? All right, I gotta get my mascot motivating this machine, otherwise we are not gonna make it through a task like this. It's not gonna happen. Come on, buddy. A little bit of motion. There we go. Yeah. All right, 3 layers of genuine cowhide leather. Well, I'd like to say that that was a challenge. Not even close. Not even close for one of Scott's machines. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is one of the prettiest stitches that I have ever seen through 3 layers of genuine cowhide. Look at it from the side again, folks. Look at it from the side. Now, yes, recently on Jackie Miller's FOF or FAF 332, we did a similar sew-off, but this is a Singer 201-2, the Rolls-Royce of Singers. This motor is a potted motor, direct drive, but it's not nearly as big as that FOF or FAF 332 motor. This is almost half the size of that motor. But who worked on this machine? Yes, I did. And this machine, like any machine that lands on this workbench, can do the impossible. 3 layers of genuine cowhide. Now, getting through it, okay, that's fine and that's all well and good. But getting a stitch like this through 3 layers of genuine cowhide? Are you kidding me? This is absolutely insane. I'm going to try to zoom in on this at the end, not to mention the lock stitch as well. And again, this nap, the grain of this leather really does mask it a little bit, but I could pull it back and you can see those stitches. Try to switch my hands a little bit. You can see those stitches popping through the leather, and they're absolutely perfect. The spacing, the formation, everything about that stitch is absolutely as it should be. And when you look at a stitch like that, you know what? I challenge anyone in the world to duplicate this sew-off on a Singer 201-2 with stitches that look as drop-dead gorgeous as this, and I will send you something special. Not to mention, I will clap for you when I post your video. And I've offered challenges like this before, and never, ever have I had anybody take me up. It really would be kind of cool. Because, you know what? I'm not naive enough to think that I'm the only one that can do a decent job of restoring sewing machines. Now, I do it probably better than anyone in the world, and that is bravado, but I've proven it again and again and again and again, documented on live videos like this to show you what my machines can do. And no one on the globe has ever stepped up and said, Scott, I admire your work, my friend, but I can do a restoration equal to yours, and here's a video showing what my machine did on a similar sew-off. What do you think? I would love to have that happen. I really would. So 3 layers of genuine cowhide. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Now we have 3 layers of vegetable tan leather. This stuff is just really tough. Really, really tough. I'm trying to line it up here for you if I can. Really tough to get through. If you could feel it, again, like I said in that other video, the rigidity of this, it's not nearly as supple, so it really resists that needle when that needle tries to get through. And it's even, you can tell when you slide it underneath that presser foot, you don't nearly have the space to work with as you do when you did that genuine cowhide. And that doesn't mean the cowhide is an easy task, not even close. But vegetable tan leather along with Italian leather, man, oh man, that is some tough stuff to get through. A single layer would take contemporary machines and all you would hear is crunching, cracking, breaking as they tried to go through it. We're tripling that. We're going through 3 layers of this stuff. And you know what? I need a little bit of inspiration. I do. I need a little bit of inspiration to get through this stuff. Hold on a second. Yeah, just a little bit more New Orleans jazz, folks. All right, here we go. Let's see how this 201-2 Diane Hanks Rolls-Royce of singers does with this task. Here we go, folks. Oh my goodness. Is it the mascot? Is it the music? Is it the magic of the way I restore vintage sewing machines? Maybe it's all three, folks. But I have never, ever, ever seen a machine go through 3 layers of vegetable tan leather as easy as that. Never! Not even that FOF 332 that belonged to Jackie Miller. This machine just went brrrr, done. Give me another task. Give me another challenge. Look at it again from the side. 3 layers of vegetable tan leather. And that stitch is absolutely perfect. Spacing, formation, the presentation of that stitch, it don't get no better than that, as they would say in the South. I love the way they say that. And you know what? Just as gorgeous is that lock stitch. I'm going to do my best to pull it back. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Spacing, formation, the integrity, the consistency of the way this Rolls-Royce of Singer sews is just beyond words. It doesn't get any better than this, folks. It just doesn't. Amazing. Amazing. Amazing, right? Yeah. He's agreeing. Uh-huh. All right. I don't know how else to challenge this machine, folks. I really don't. I don't know how else to challenge it. Oh my goodness, that was so easy. All right, I'm going to come out on this shot. I'll turn back my music a little bit. Well, you know what? Let me turn this down just a little bit. Well, I love getting to this point, as I've said before. This was a little bit longer road. Again, I got to that point where everything was pretty much done. And I looked at the way the machine presented, knowing that it's going to be in some prominent circles out in California. And I just had to take that extra step, which kind of extended things even further. And Diane was fairly patient earlier on, but she started to get a little bit antsy as things continued to get dragged out. But you know what? As I said to her, and I've said it to others, I'm not going to compromise what I do. I'm not going to cut corners. If someone gets a machine from me, I want it to be just as perfect as it can possibly be. And that's my goal with every machine. And this 201-2 is about as near perfect as I can get it. So I am extremely, extremely pleased with this machine. And I know Diane and possibly other relatives of hers that have been on the big screen might also enjoy looking at it as well. And who knows, maybe sitting down to it and seeing what this machine will do. I always send these sew-offs with the machine. So whether it's this vegetable tan leather that you saw me just sew off live on camera, or whether it's this genuine cowhide that you saw me sew off live on camera. Yeah, I don't do the eBay thing or the Craigslist thing like some people, and they will post pictures of some sew-offs, and you never know whether or not that machine that is in the picture actually sewed it. I always show what's going on, you know what I mean? We want to be honest brokers of our business in vintage sewing machines, and the easiest way to do that is to show folks what our machines can do live, just like in this premiere. And you also saw me sew this U.S. Army grade canvas. 8 layers of this stuff. Nothing thin about that task as well. And yet, I was able to get it done on this 201-2 that I just restored so easily. And again, the 201-2 has such a proud history of having worked with the Rolls-Royce company back in the 1940s going into the 1950s when they were looking for a solution to increase the quality and consistency of their stitch quality of those inside leather panels inside of their luxury automobiles, they could have picked any machine out there. They could have picked a commercial machine. They could have picked another machine similar to the 201, and they vetted. I mean, a company like that, or you think that they're not going to vet to see what machine has the most consistent output as far as the stitch quality when you're talking about a vehicle of that caliber, of that quality? And they settled on this machine, the Singer 201, because it was so consistent, it was able to get the job done, and it labored day and night, night and day, without missing a beat. And that again is back to the challenge to my friends from the UK that took me to task recently, or tried to take me to task, about my effort to show each one of my machines pretty much sewing leather. And not just sewing light leather, garment leather, but sewing leather that would just choke to death most other machines, even some vintage machines that had not been restored properly. And my machines deliver on it again and again and again. And that's why a company like Rolls-Royce picked a machine like this, not as a one-off. They can't do that with their business. They picked a machine like this because they could run this machine almost continuously, demanding that perfect stitch for those interior panels on their car, and it delivered every single time. So any of you that want to take me to task and say, you know what, thanks for showing the leather sew-offs, whether it's, you know, that cowhide or whether it's that vegetable tan leather, but what's the point, Scott? You know what, any machine can do it once. Well, okay, that's another challenge in and of itself. I would like to challenge anyone in the world to take a machine, whether it's a 201 or another machine like that, videotape it, and show it deliver at this level. You know, doing 3 layers of vegetable tan leather, you're talking about probably 16 ounces of leather almost. We're talking about genuine cowhide. Again, 14 to 16 ounces of leather. You saw it on live video on this premiere. Did this machine struggle? Did it groan? Did you hear any hesitation at all? Or did it just right through that leather like boom, done? And that's why Rolls-Royce picked a machine like this. And if any of you have been sitting on your hands for a while, some of you have been following me for years on YouTube. I'm much newer to Facebook, but I've got a very strong following here on Facebook as well if you're watching it via that venue. I'll get notes from people saying, you know what, I really want to take that next step with getting my own Rolls-Royce of Singers. I really want to take that next step of getting my Swedish Beauty. I really want to take that next step. You finish it off, how that sentence might go. And these people from year to year to year will make those statements. I don't question at all that they're being sincere, but sincerity without action means nothing. And so I would just challenge you, if you want the finest sewing machine fully restored in the world, this is the only workbench that you should be looking at. And I've got one other Rolls-Royce of Singers available for sale right now. So if you've been talking for some time about pulling the trigger, doing it finally, putting your foot on the presser foot and hitting it to the, metal, metal to the pedal, pedal to the metal, whatever, and you wanted to finally get this to a point of reality, you got to take action. So, all I can say is that I know that when you look at a machine like Diane's that I've gone through painstakingly over several months, and now you see the proof in the pudding, this is what you can expect if you take that next step. So I appreciate all of you so much. Again, we are over 5,000 subscribers now. We're quickly approaching 5,100 subscribers, which interestingly is larger than the population of this town/city, Oconto, Wisconsin, that I'm living in now. I'm told that by some local people that follow me. They said, you know what, you got more subscribers now on YouTube than our population. Well, I'm hoping eventually as more people again step out of the shadows, because as I've said, on average a month we get 30 to 40,000 unique visitors to our YouTube channel. If just a portion of those would take the next step and click that subscribe button, can you imagine where our subscriber level would be? It's just crazy. So God bless you guys. Thanks so much for being faithful followers. Thanks to all of you that send me notes of encouragement and send me posts for the videos that I put up and just say, hey, great, great job, awesome, beautiful, whatever it is. I know so many people look at those. I can tell by the analytics, but it's so encouraging to get a note from someone or to see a post when I put something up and to get that feedback. Your feedback is my fuel to keep doing what I'm doing. Someday in the future, I don't know when it is, just like when I left Appleton, Wisconsin, the lights are going to go off in this workshop, and all that'll be left is the legacy of the hundreds of videos that I posted over the years. So the longer I feel encouraged and feel as if I'm making a difference in doing what I'm trying to do as an advocate, as a cheerleader, as a proponent of vintage sewing machines, and as a resource to people around the world, along with all of you. That's why whenever I get a question from someone from somewhere around the world, I oftentimes will post it on Facebook and say, hey, what do you guys think? Because we're partners in this. And I want you to feel as if you're an integral part of this YouTube channel and certainly an integral part of what I try to do on the Facebook page as well. So continue to get involved, step out of the shadows, share your insights, share your ideas, share your feedback. But also remember that we're all partners in this, and encouragement goes a long way. So, if you can look at a coin or you can look at a glass and see it as half full and share that feedback, it's a huge boost to me as I try to continue to do what I do daily. Sometimes just in the solitary space of my workshop with, no one standing by saying, hey, wow, that was really cool that you did that, or that was amazing, or hey, look at that, or wow, you overcame that obstacle, or repaired that machine that the other 3 technicians had looked at and said it was a lost cause. So your notes, your posts are really, really critical and really important. So those of you that take time to do that, thanks so much. All right, you guys, I'm signing off now, and I've got to sign off with a little bit more of this amazing New Orleans jazz. If you've never been down to New Orleans, as they say locally, you got to take time to do it. It's a very, very special place. And not just at Mardi Gras. The beauty of the people, the beauty of the places, it's there all year round, not just at Mardi Gras time. So whenever you're able to make it down and take in what is New Orleans. So, all right, we'll talk again. If you haven't signed off, I am dancing, by the way. How can you not dance to this music? I'm serious. Come on there, Mr. Cow. Help me hold this down. I'm trying to show him the stitches before I shut this camera off. Eight layers of U.S. Army grade canvas, folks. 3 layers of vegetable tan leather. I almost forgot to do this. Can't see those because that canvas is kind of in the way. You already saw that, so I'm going to put that up there. Three layers of genuine cowhide. It doesn't get any better than that, folks. It really doesn't. All right, Miss Diane Hanks. This is your Rolls-Royce of Singer sewing machines. It's all yours, Diane Hanks, and it's heading towards you out in California. Tell Tom we said hey.